The Raptors get healthy and dismantle the Cleveland Cavaliers 100-88. Live from Real Sports, this is Raptors Tonight. I'm Randy Irvin, joined by Jack Armstrong, Leo Rautins, and Sherman Hamilton. And welcome to everyone watching on YouTube. Please send us your questions, your comments. We love to get to them during the show. All right, lots to get to on this one. First order business, Pascal Siakam returns. Your impressions, Jacko?
What a difference maker. He makes every player on the floor around him better because he attracts so much attention. And the efficiency tonight and the willingness to attack the basket and the ability to make others better in terms of getting them high percentage shots. I said it on the air tonight, it's amazing. You know, before tonight's game, the Raptors were shooting 43% on three balls, assisted by Pascal Siakam. I think that says a lot, guys, on terms of the types of shots he gets teammates and his impact that he makes on the floor for everybody.
It just makes the game easy, right? I mean, hey, the Raptors run better, they attack better, they kick out better, they do all these things so much better. And you know, the break, when the break can be initiated by the rebounder, right? Putting that ball on the floor, you know, 1-2 dribbles, get out, whether it's to take it all the way or to make the pass, you're going to run faster, you're going to run more. And everything he does right now, Sherman, it seems like the game has become very easy for him, yet he's still intense, but he's made it easier for everybody else.
He's stronger. He knows how to get a shot off with multiple defenders, but he's a guy who brings the second defender. And when you bring the second defender, guys are going to get better looks. And he's a much improved passer. You can just see that he's grown in every aspect of his game. And physically, what used to impede him from getting to his spots doesn't anymore.
Yeah.
So now he's getting hit, he can spin off of it, and he can still stay balanced and make his play. So he's just, I mean, he's taken that next step in a big way. And if he didn't get hurt, I don't think there's any way there would have been inconsistencies in his play. He just continues to get better every year.
It's funny, I know the team played well when, you know, they weren't healthy, but now that they're healthy, it reminds you of how deep this team actually is.
Well, I kind of like the look that I saw tonight with Thaddeus Young and Aaron Gomez in the starting lineup. Because I think you got more balance in the lineup. Like, you know, when you go to the bench, you don't have as much of a dramatic dip in performance. You're able to kind of have everybody going at a nice flow the whole night. And also you have better chemistry. Now you get a Gary Trent Jr. and a Scotty Barnes in the game, and they're able to have featured roles when they come in as well. I think when you have all five of your best players in the game, sometimes guys are too thirsty, they're too needy, and
Right.
I think it impacts
Juancho
your
doesn't need the
chemistry.
ball to be effective.
He's a good cutter.
Theo doesn't need the ball to be effective, right? So what happens? You know, everybody's worried about where's OG going to get shots. There's a lot of shots, depending on who's on the floor, right? Pascal's going to give up shots. He needs his shots as well, and Freddie. So I like that mix. I like the feel. And I think the most important thing is don't get hung up on starting lineups. Like, who cares, right? You want to put the best guys in, the best fit, what's going to give you the best boost off the bench, and it might change game to game. I just think we're so hung up in today's idea of basketball of a starting lineup. It just drives me crazy sometimes.
Do you feel that same way, Sherman?
I mean, I understand it. You think about it, guys get paid more when they're in the starting lineup, right? There's only one sixth man of the year every year, but there's 5 starters every game. And you think about the ability from a career perspective.
Is there bad money anymore, though?
What's that?
Is there bad money anymore?
Not for you, but for them there is. But starters, they get paid more. That's the nature of the beast. And to Leo's point, it really doesn't matter because, I mean, we hear the cliche, it matters who finishes the game. But ultimately, to Jack's point, I like the fact that the starting unit didn't have everybody there that was going to kind of take the shots and eat them up. They had 2 guys in the starting lineup that were facilitators, movement out the ball, guys that didn't need those possessions with the ball in their hands. Then when Scotty comes into the game, Gary Trent comes into the game, we start to see they get good looks because now they're more featured. When you're taking other guys who need the ball in their hands and you're putting them on the bench to put these guys in. So I don't know if Nick will keep it, But it was definitely a good look for this game in terms of getting guys back in.
When you win, everybody gets paid.
And to Sherm's point, they're going against, to tag Sherm, those guys are also going against second-line players on the other team. So now you have an advantage there as well, is that you got Scotty Barnes and Gary Trent Jr. along with other guys. Now they're able to be that much more impactful with that unit. So I don't know. You're right. Who knows if it will work the next game?
Right.
But for tonight, it worked.
Well, remember last show we talked about that. If not for injuries and not for having to play certain guys, remember early in the season, Thad and I said Theo earlier. What was I? You didn't correct me. You guys just sat there, didn't? So anyway, Thad and Wancho weren't getting a lot of minutes, right? Not playing. So now all of a sudden injuries, and you can see, I think there was a better idea what Thad could do based on last season, right? Yeah. But for a guy like Wancho, you're not really sure what's he going to bring to the table, how he's going to fit in, adjust to the whole. And because of the injuries, you got 3-4 games. You go, you know what? Like that's the one thing I sat at home watching. I go, this guy can play.
Yeah, he can.
He can play. So there's got to be a way to put a guy that can play in the mix.
Yeah. All right, enough of that for now. We got a fan question. Alex is coming in here. Alex, come on in.
Wow.
Sit right here.
Hey,
hang
Alex.
out.
Wow.
This is your microphone.
Want some pizza? You want some wings?
You want a wing?
Oh, I'm good, thank you.
Are you
And
sure?
she's from Ireland, by the way.
No
Yeah,
kidding.
I'm Irish.
Oh,
She's
wow.
Irish.
Yes.
As am I, of course.
You
I'm
know,
very
we
proud.
know this. Will you be at Jack's concert?
Yeah, definitely.
You have a question. What's the question?
Yeah, so my question is, the Raptors' defense was really impressive tonight. What do you think the contributing factors were?
Wow, that's a good question.
You got a lot of good questions coming out of
That's
the
a
fans.
great question. You know, it's interesting. The Raptors didn't turn the Cavs over a lot early in the game. I just thought they were really sound guys. I mean, they kept the ball in front of them. They helped, they recovered, they contested shots. I just thought they played hard for long stretches of each possession.
Hey, their Cavs' strength is the backcourt, and they basically took the backcourt, made them, for the most part, ineffective. And one of the things that this backcourt has not done a great job is involve their bigs.
Yeah.
So you take them out of the mix, and they're not involving their bigs. That affects everybody. So I thought the way they neutralized, especially Donovan Mitchell, that was great for him.
I think that we talk about offensively having everybody back and how it impacts the whole flow. Well, it impacts the flow defensively as well.
Good point.
Yeah.
If you have your guys back, you have the lineups you're used to being out there. You've added your length back. Pascal's long, Scotty's long. These guys, and Gary Trent is a very good defender. When you put it all together and have them all on the floor, they're going to be a very good defensive team as well.
Are you actually going to go to the concert?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yes, I will.
It's
I'm
the
only
set-
here for a short time.
Okay.
I'm home next week.
Yeah,
I might fly back though.
When is it?
Next Tuesday night.
Next Tuesday night.
Is this a real
Fly home
concert?
tomorrow.
Oh,
Okay.
you might have to make the trip back.
Not a
Yeah,
relation at
nice.
all. I just met her. I was just chatting with her. She's got the Irish accent, so
Yeah.
I can pick it out having both parents from Ireland. So
Well, if
Yeah.
Jack really cared, he'd get you an airline ticket to come back.
Yeah, definitely. I might hold on to that.
Thank you, Alex. Nice to
Thank
meet you.
you.
Nice to
hey,
meet
we
you.
had
Nice to
a
meet
young
you.
Irish lady here,
Yeah.
and she gets asked great questions. I think she enhanced the show, Randy, a lot.
I know. We bring it. I think.
Do you want a host?
When we bring in fans, it always makes.
We need a host.
Thank you for doing that. Anybody else got any questions? More questions?
You're
Anybody
back to
else?
work. You're back to work.
Oh, we got somebody coming in.
Wow, we got more questions.
There we go.
Come on in. What's your name?
My name's Candace.
Candace. Here you go.
Yeah.
Hold that. What do you got for us, Candace?
Well, we're pretty excied because we're visiting here from New Brunswick.
New Brunswick.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
That's
Love
where
it.
Sherm's from.
Oh, yeah.
I was actually there this summer.
Oh, good.
I was there a few years ago. I did a pub crawl when I was in St. John, New Brunswick a few years
You've
ago.
done a pub
awesome.
crawl in every city in
I
the
was about
country.
to
Well,
say,
I
where
have,
have you
but I
not
just
done
want
a
to let
pub
you know
crawl?
I had a good time at a pub crawl in St. John, New Brunswick.
Yeah.
Well,
Do you have
St.
a
John's
bad-
a good time. A good
Did you have
time
a
to have
bad
a
time
pub
at a
crawl.
pub crawl? I don't know.
From what I remember, no.
I was pretty excited to see you there tonight, Jack.
Well, thank you.
We love watching you from
Well,
the
thank
comforts of our home in New Brunswick, and we were
Okay.
excited to see
Thank
you
you.
tonight. And I wish we could be around for your Christmas.
Wow, how about this?
concert.
Everybody. We got them all here.
Yeah. So my question,
I think
guess.
you got to go on tour.
Yeah.
I got to play St. John and do a pub crawl before I go on stage.
Are you ready for the
come to
groupies?
Fredericton and do an album show there.
Yeah.
So player most impressed you tonight?
I didn't hear the question.
What
Sorry.
player most impressed you tonight?
Kind of like how when Fred came back initially from his first absence from the team and he hit the ground running. Pascal had a pretty bad injury, and I know he's a great player, but I thought he hit the ground and he was straight back to who he was
I
right
thought
off
that
the
was
hop.
impressive.
Yeah,
You could
that's
tell
to
he
me.
was working hard to get back.
There you go. The
to-
professionalism,
yeah.
the determination to come back and help his team and be not just getting into it, but be there
Exactly.
and ready to go. I thought Pascal was great.
Yeah.
Leo, you got one?
Well, okay, what was the big everybody talking about before the game? How's OG going to work
OG,
with everybody back? And I thought OG was great.
Yeah.
I thought he was the same OG as we've been watching. He's still aggressive. He got his shots. He did everything he had to do. So, the question was answered right there.
I really like, you guys tagged two outstanding players. Aaron Gomez, Thad Young, we were chatting about them. Those guys, man, oh man, they're good blend, solid players that make a difference. And so it's been good.
I thought Gary Trent Jr. too
There you
is
go.
redeeming
We got
himself.
everybody
you know?
chime in. Do you
Yeah,
have an
yeah.
opinion as well,
I think
Randy?
everybody. I thought you were great on the broadcast.
Well, not really. That's okay.
But yeah, I think everybody played great. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Nice to.
And I'll
nice-
call next time I'm there for the pub crawl
Yeah.
in St.
Yeah.
John, New Brunswick. Fredericton. Oh, they have pub crawls in Fredericton?
They got pump crawls in.
All right, I think I can handle it.
We talked about the defense, but the defense specifically on Donovan Mitchell. He was quiet tonight.
Well, I think it was multiple bodies, Sherman, Randy, Leo. I mean, it was just, I think, but OG Anunoby set the tone tonight
Yeah.
a lot.
As usual.
And a lot of white shirts that he was driving into.
Yeah, you can see, I talked about this before, when your primary defender is committed and engaged every possession, guys fill in around him.
Yeah.
And OG does such a good job as a primary defender, being physical, being active, matching the intensity of that offensive player, that when Donovan Mitchell got into a gap, guys swarmed him. They got into him quickly, disrupted him, and that to me stems from OG doing a consistently great job defending the ball. It starts with your primary defender, and OG has been, I feel, one of the best perimeter defenders in the league this season.
And having a great offensive year. How good is that?
Yeah, he's got great balance.
I usually, I don't want to make the comparison because it's not. I mean, they're different players. But I said it on the broadcast tonight. Players are visual learners. And when you're OG Anunoby and you have an opportunity to play 2018, 2019 with Kawhi Leonard, stuff rubs off on you.
For sure.
And I'm watching OG Anunoby right now. And they're different people, they're different players. But I'm watching a guy stone cold, dialed in, professional, ready to play every night on both ends.
Yeah.
And I tell you what, when you're a young player and you watch Kawhi Leonard play, it's a pretty good role model.
You know what, Jacko? I sat on the bench and watched Dr. J every night, and absolutely nothing rubbed off on me.
I didn't want to steal your punchline, but I agree.
That's actually not true, Leo. That is actually not true because we did some digging. When you said that Leo was actually a good passer,
He was a great passer.
we went looking for the footage.
Good luck.
I know, it's hard. All right, we had to contact a lot of people. And here it is. We got some
look at
vintage
this. Oh, yeah.
Leonard Rautins.
That's it.
Nice
Look at
pass.
that beautiful outlet pass right there, Leo.
Yeah, and then look at this.
Oh, that the backdoor
that's
pass.
just a basic backdoor
No,
pass.
that's big
pretty
time.
basic.
Look at it right here.
Ooh, off the
Oh, a
glass.
little back shot in transition.
A foul, too.
Here we go. What do we got here?
You better dunk this, man. You better.
Oh, Leo Reds.
With a layup? After the over-the-head pass, you're supposed to punch that 6'8".
There it is again.
Oh, man.
Finish
No,
that.
look.
There it
Oh,
is. He's getting
yeah.
up.
That's my
How
guy.
did your fingertips feel? You barely got to the rim.
I was playing with a broken leg.
Oh, that's right.
I was playing with a broken leg.
You're such a warrior.
Well,
Well, he is. And you know what? There are
Where'd you
no
guys find
highlights
that
of
stuff?
me playing in an NBA game.
We
Either
contacted
me,
some
so
people.
That's our guy right there, Leo
It's the
Rouse.
first time I've seen any of that. I don't even know if that's me.
Honestly,
That's you.
What goes through your mind when you see highlights like that?
Man, I'm exhausted just watching.
Do you remember what that felt like, to move like that, to be that good?
What are you doing to the guy? You
No,
trying to make him depressed?
I mean that in a good way.
He hasn't moved like that in 30 years. You make him feel
Are
bad?
you kidding me?
Why not?
I will say,
bro.
I will say this, and Sherm, you know this. In today's NBA,
Yeah.
with the way the game's played now, a guy like Leo, his style of play, and then the way he played, would have had a 15-year career in the NBA.
Jeez, you guys, man. See, so
No. Were you taking out a $5? You taking out a $5 bill?
I'm
Why are you giving him the 50 and me the 5?
I said I was
Well,
going to
no,
ask you to
seriously.
break it.
Leo is
That's for change.
great player, and it's a different NBA now. And I think the value of having a point forward, and that Leo was a point forward,
Yeah.
changes a lot.
I don't think that was me.
That was you.
I don't know that guy.
You did score a lot, but I remember you more as a playmaking type player. You had to, but hey, we had to give you some scoring.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
Yeah,
Appreciate that.
just help out your scoring.
Thanks for making me feel old.
You know what, we had to contact someone who knew someone who knew someone who knew someone to find that, and they actually came across some other footage too. This is actually how you're supposed to dunk. If you're wondering, oh, who's that kid?
Who is that?
That's me.
Is that Randy Urban? Lefty?
Randy, how are your fingertips?
Hey, watch
Yeah,
this.
you have to repaint
Watch
Look at
my
the
girl
hair.
on the chalkboard.
Hey, if that's not a
Watch
rub-in,
my
I don't
girl
know
on
what
the
it is.
chalkboard.
I don't know
Wow,
why.
left-handed dunk.
Urs, I don't know why you brought that out.
If
Your
that's not a
fingernails
rub-in,
got
Is that
smashed on the
Justin
roof.
Bieber there? He's got the Biebs hair.
Hey, you didn't think I had those hops, eh, Jacko?
No, I knew you. I've seen you play.
Oh, okay,
now
thank
you've
you.
never
Now you
exhibited.
proved you don't have hops.
No, you've never exhibited those hops against Sherm, of course, because he just shuts you down cold.
Sherman and I played on the same team when we played in a charity event, so
Well,
we didn't
it's
have a
different.
chance really to shut me
But
down.
I've seen him play against you and just shut you down.
Yeah? Well, we'll take it out on the table tennis. What'd you
Want
think
to
about
play
that
table?
dunk? We both can throw it down. Well, Chris K wrote.
A lot of research
from
being done tonight.
From watching.
I like this stuff.
Can't say enough about how much I love this show. Please never stop making it. So hopefully he keeps
Well,
watching
thank you.
after.
We're happy to
after
be
that.
here.
You saw that dunk. You might not tune in anymore.
Oh, Randy had major ups back in the day.
Yeah, a little bit. Thanks.
The question is, did Christian have major ups? Your brother.
He could jump. He could run fast. Okay. He could shoot better than I.
So that was on the 8-foot rims, right?
Yeah.
He's a big time TV guy though.
Okay, so let's change gears a little bit. So we're at the quarter pole here. 20 games in.
They're
The
11 and 9. Yeah.
11-9, unofficial quarter pole. Give me a grade, Sherm.
A letter grade, like?
A letter grade with a little explanation.
I think they've been a B minus, considering all the injuries they've had.
Yep.
They've done a great job just hanging around 500, game over 500 when it could have easily fell off of a cliff with all the key missing players that haven't been in the lineup. So I'd give them a B minus for just hanging in there, and kind of Nick did a great job just meshing things together to figure out different lineups that he could put out there that could kind of float things for a while. But I think that grade's going to go up now because they're going to get back to being who they are.
Hey, I'm right with you, Sherm. I mean, you think about
You're sticking on B minus too?
B minus. I mean, they're okay. Look, when you're dealing with all that kind of adversity, all right, keep players out, and you just stay afloat. You stay within striking distance, right? And here's one of the things that I said at the beginning of this season, that I don't think there's Gold State's struggling right now, but other than Gold State, there's no great teams. There's a lot of good teams. There's a lot of good teams that are this close. And when you look at the Eastern Conference, if the Raptors stay healthy and the Raptors can keep rolling, get it all together, they're this close. And that means that if you don't know what happens with other teams and injuries like the Raptors have gone through, if you can stay close, stay healthy, they got a shot. Okay, they got a shot to come out of the East.
Yep.
And you can't tell me there's a great team that they cannot beat. You can't tell me that. So the whole question is staying together. And going through this, I think is going to help them down the road.
They won 48 games last year. That was a fun season. They were 9-11 after 20 last year. They're 11-9 now. And I think they've ridden out this adversity pretty well. So I actually feel really comfortable and good where they are. And to Leo's point, I think they found out a lot about their roster, too. You mentioned this last week, and I think Nick Nurse showed you tonight that he's a little more confident in his depth than a lot of fans think he is by what he did tonight. Now, again, it could be a short-term thing, but I think from a long-term perspective, I think they're a team that is going to be a team in every sense of the word, and a good team.
So a grade? Can you give a grade? If they're
I would probably go a little higher. Probably go B. Go B, maybe a B plus. But if they guard like they did tonight, they're good. If they guard like tonight, they're really good.
So then, aside from more wins, what do you want to see in the next 20?
I just want to see a healthy team.
Yeah. Look, if they're
Everything
healthy,
else will take care of itself.
if they're healthy and they guard, they're going to run. They'll win 13 of their next 20 if they do that.
Yeah. Sure.
I agree. Health is the only real thing that has really held them back this year.
So when you look at them before health, like you think this is a team that can legitimately make some noise.
Well, I never thought that anyone was going to run away with the Eastern Conference.
Okay.
So you look at the Raptors right now at 11-9, with what they've been through, they're right there. And I think once, they get everybody back into rhythm, who can't they beat?
That's my point.
Let's be real. I don't see anybody in the East, or you go across the NBA, I don't see anybody they can't beat or play with. So,
and again, other teams will face adversity as well, right, along the way. And, who gets to the finish line healthy? Who gets to the finish line
healthiest? Because nobody's healthy.
Right.
I mean, they should be 2-0 against Atlanta. I mean, they're 2-0 against Cleveland. We haven't seen them play in the
Should have been 2-0 against Dallas.
Yep. And to me, I'm just looking at them. They haven't played Milwaukee and Boston, which have been the best two teams in the East. They split with Philadelphia.
Split with Miami.
Yeah, I mean, I personally think they're
right
if
there.
they're healthy and they're guarding, they're a really good team. And Pascal Siakam is now a different player.
Yeah.
He's
an
not
upper echelon.
Yeah. He's one of the top 15 guys in the NBA now.
Okay, so we'll end on this. Before the game, you gave a signed copy to Matt Devlin of your Christmas album.
Yes.
Can you just tell us what inspired you to make this recording?
Oh, actually, it's the only album I got, so no offense to anybody else here, because I don't even have an album yet, but we obviously wanted to promote it a little bit.
Right.
So,
So
actually,
they're not offended.
No. We'll get all that. Here, for me, basketball's brought me joy in my life.
Yeah.
And I've always been I love the holidays. I love Christmas. I love singing. And I'm not a great singer, but I love singing.
You're pretty good.
And I love Christmas. So these guys asked me 4 years ago to do this, and I thought they were crazy, but they stuck with it. And here I am 4 years later doing something, an album. So, and all the proceeds go to the MLSE Foundation.
It's not just an album.
And
It's a concert.
Yeah, it's a
and
concert.
Special Olympics Canada, and I'm doing a concert at the Danforth Music Hall. So,
On
and
what
again,
date?
all the
Did you get an
proceeds
invite?
go to charity.
I did not get
I never got an invite either. It's all right.
Tell the people when the date is, where they can get
The
tickets.
Danforth Music Hall, December 6th, which is next Tuesday, and Live Nation. They were, I don't know what Live Nation booked
Get
the
your
concert.
tickets, right?
We'll get it.
So it's amazing when people told me that Danforth Music Hall, like James Brown has played there, Gordon Lightfoot, Justin Bieber,
Jack Armstrong just rolls off the tongue.
Bryan Adams.
They pale in comparison to what's
Well,
going to happen.
I don't know what I'm doing there,
I'm excited.
but in
I'm
the words
excited.
of Matt Devlin, we've all heard this knucklehead me sing for nothing. Now, actually, people are going to pay, but they're not paying for me. They're paying for charity. It's all going to a good cause.
Sherman, we'll go together.
What's that?
We'll go together. Me.
I'm just
Leo.
surprised Jack didn't invite any of us to come on stage and sing with him.
No, you don't want to. You don't want to.
You want to sing, sure?
I remember being in Cleveland. You never asked me to sing.
Now, we've sang in Cleveland.
Yes.
We've sang in Cleveland.
You sang?
I wasn't
we all
invited.
sang.
Johnny says the piano bar.
Yeah.
Is there
Actually,
video of this?
we play the Cavs on the 23rd of December. You can bet I'll be there on the 22nd of December.
We've gotten down there.
All right. I want to see you singing. I don't know why, but that just excites me.
Well, what excites me is your left-handed dunk.
Yeah, thank you, Jack. I'm glad that you didn't understand that was me, though. I guess it was the long hair.
It was the long hair, the beams.
All right, let's wrap it up. Next game for the Raptors goes Wednesday night in New Orleans. Tip-off goes at 8 p.m. Eastern. Thank you for watching. Next time, come enjoy the show, have some food, sit back, watch the show from behind here. You can meet Leo, you can meet Sherman, you can meet Jack.
And meet you.
You can high-five me.
Wait. Where's security? You got to ask them how many girls at the door tonight. How many girls at the door for night for Randy?
There are none. Thank you for watching.
Good night.
See you next time.